Hello and welcome. Welcome to Daily English Whisper. I'm really happy you are here today. Really happy. My name is Alex. And I'm your English teacher, your guide, and your calm voice for today. In this episode, we are going to talk about something very important. Something very real. Something that almost every English learner feels, but very few people talk about. Today's episode is called Why You Forget English Words. And before we start, I want you to know something. If you forget English words, if you study and then your mind feels empty, if you know a word, but you can't say it when you need it, you are not alone. You are not strange. And you are not failing. Maybe this happens to you. You listen to English podcasts. You watch English videos. You learn new words. You think, yes, I understand. Yes, I remember. But later, when you want to speak, when you want to answer, when you want to say something simple, the word is gone. You feel stuck. You feel slow. You feel frustrated. You may say to yourself, I just learned this word. Why can't I remember it now? What is wrong with me? Maybe you feel shy. Maybe you feel nervous. Maybe you feel embarrassed. Some learners even stop speaking. Some learners stop practicing. Some learners stop believing in themselves. And that makes me sad. Because forgetting words does not mean you are bad at English. It does not mean your memory is weak. And it does not mean English is not for you. In fact, forgetting is part of learning. Yes. Forgetting is normal. Forgetting is human. Your brain is not a computer. It is not a machine. Your brain is alive. It learns with time. It learns with repetition. It learns with emotion. Many people believe a myth about memory. They think memory is like a box. You put a word inside the box, and it stays there forever. But that is not true. Memory is more like a path in a forest. When you walk the path again and again, the path becomes clear. But when you stop walking, the path slowly disappears. This is why you forget words. Not because you are weak, but because the path needs more walking. Another myth is this. If I forget, I am not improving. This is also not true. Forgetting does not mean no progress. Forgetting means your brain is organizing information. Your brain is choosing what is important. Your brain is learning slowly, step by step. Today, in this Slow English podcast, I want to help you understand why forgetting happens. And more importantly, what you can do to remember words more naturally. This episode is not about studying harder. It is not about pressure. It is not about long grammar lessons. It is about memory. Gentle memory. Human memory. This episode will help you feel calmer. It will help you feel less afraid of forgetting. And it will help you build a better relationship with English. Because English is not an exam. English is not punishment. English is a tool for your life. Maybe your life is busy. You work. You study. You take care of your family. Maybe you don't live in an English-speaking country. Maybe you don't have people to practice with. And you think, I don't have time. I don't have opportunity. But listen to me. You don't need hours every day. You don't need perfect memory. You don't need to understand everything. You need small contact. Little moments. Again and again. This is the big idea of today's episode. Memory grows with small, repeated contact. Not with stress. Not with fear. Not with force. Small contact. Every day. In a calm way. Here at Daily English Whisper, we learn slowly. We repeat naturally. We practice without fear. You can relax your shoulders. You can breathe. You can listen. You don't need to speak fast. You don't need to be perfect. You are learning. And that is enough. In this podcast, I will speak slowly. I will repeat ideas. I will guide you step by step. Sometimes I will ask you to repeat. Sometimes I will ask you to listen only. Everything is okay. You are safe here. You are welcome here. And I want you to remember one thing before we continue. You are not broken. Your memory is not broken. Your English is not broken. You are learning in a human way. Now, let's continue together. I want to ask you a very simple question. Why do we forget English words? Think about it for a moment. You learn a word today. You understand it. You even feel confident. But tomorrow, or next week, the word is gone. Why does this happen? The answer is simple. Your brain forgets words because it does not see them as important yet. This is very important to understand. Your brain has one big job. It wants to protect you. It wants to save energy. Your brain sees thousands of things every day. Sounds, images, words, feelings. It cannot keep everything. So your brain asks a question all the time. Do I need this? Is this useful? Is this important for my life? If your brain sees a word only one time, it thinks, maybe not important, and it lets the word go. This is not a problem. This is normal. Your brain is not angry with you. Your brain is not lazy. Your brain is careful. Now let me tell you something very important. Your brain does not learn with stress. Your brain does not learn well with fear. When you feel nervous. When you feel pressure. When you feel embarrassed. Your brain closes. But when you feel calm. When you feel safe. When you feel relaxed. Your brain opens. This is why we learn slowly here. This is why we repeat. This is why we whisper English. Here at Daily English Whisper, we use a very gentle technique. This technique is called shadowing. Now you may think, what is shadowing? Let me explain in very simple English. Shadowing means this. You listen. And you repeat. You listen again. And you repeat again. Not fast. Not perfect. Just close to the sound. Like a shadow follows a person. Your voice follows the English. You do not stop the audio. You do not think too much. You listen. And you speak. This helps your memory because your brain sees English as action, not information. Your brain says, "Oh, I hear this. Oh, I say this. Oh, this is important." And slowly, the path becomes clear. Now, let's do a very small practice together. You don't need to be perfect. Just try. Listen first. I am learning English slowly. Now, repeat after me. Say it with me slowly. I am learning English slowly. Good. Again. I am learning English slowly. Very good. Now listen to this sentence. It is okay to forget sometimes. Now repeat. It is okay to forget sometimes. Good. One more time. It is okay to forget sometimes. If you feel strange. If you feel slow. If you feel unsure. That is okay. You are training your brain, not testing it. Shadowing is powerful because it uses three things together. You hear the word. You say the word. You feel the rhythm. This makes memory stronger. You don't need to understand every word. You don't need perfect pronunciation. You just need contact. Small contact. Again and again. Many learners make a big mistake. They study words only with their eyes. They read. They write. But they don't use their voice. Your voice is very important. When you speak, your brain wakes up. Your brain says, "This is real language." This is why speaking slowly, even alone, helps memory. Now let's do one more very short shadowing moment. Listen. This word is becoming familiar. Now repeat. This word is becoming familiar. Again. This word is becoming familiar. Good. You see? You are already practicing. And you didn't need a book. You didn't need pressure. Just listening. And repeating. This is something you can do every day. 5 minutes. 10 minutes. While walking. While cooking. While resting. Your brain learns with rhythm. Your brain learns with calm repetition. Not with force. Now remember this idea. Your brain forgets because it needs more gentle contact. Not because you are bad. Shadowing is not magic. But it is kind. And kindness helps memory. In the next part, we will talk about the main problem many learners have. The real reason they feel stuck. And I will show you simple ways to change that feeling. Stay with me. You are doing very well. Now, let's talk about the real problem. Not the brain. Not memory. Not intelligence. The real problem is something else. The real problem is the way many learners think about English. Let me show you what I mean. Many learners say things like this. I want to learn English, but I don't have time. I study, but I forget everything. I understand when I listen, but I can't speak. I feel stupid when I forget words. I want to be fluent fast. Maybe you say these things too. Maybe you think them quietly. If you do, you are not alone. These thoughts are very common. But they are heavy thoughts. They create pressure. They create fear. And pressure makes memory weaker. Here is something very important to understand. You do not forget English words because you are lazy. You forget English words because your contact with English is not regular. Many learners study in big moments. 1 hour. 2 hours. Once a week. Then, nothing. Your brain does not like this. Your brain likes small contact. Often. Every day. Think about food. If you eat one big meal one time a week, your body feels bad. But if you eat small meals every day, your body feels balanced. Memory is the same. Big study sessions are heavy. Small daily contact is light. This is the main question of today's episode. How can I stop forgetting English words in my real life? And the answer is not difficult. You don't need talent. You don't need special memory. You need simple daily ways. In this podcast, I will share several gentle ways. Ways you can use in your normal day. Ways that fit into a busy life. These are not tricks. They are habits. And habits change memory. I will give you a few main ways. You don't need to do all of them. One is enough to start. You don't need perfection. You just need consistency. Before we continue, let me say something important. If this podcast is helping you, if you feel calmer, if you feel understood, you can gently support this channel. You can like this episode. And you can keep listening with me. That helps Daily English Whisper reach more learners like you. Learners who need calm English. Learners who need confidence. Thank you for being here. Now, let's talk about the first simple way. But before that, I want to change one idea in your mind. Many learners believe this. I must remember every word. This belief is heavy. You do not need to remember every word. Even native speakers forget words. The goal is not memory. The goal is familiarity. When a word feels familiar, it comes back easier. Maybe not today. Maybe not tomorrow. But slowly. This is how language grows. Now imagine this. You hear one English word today. You hear it again tomorrow. You hear it again next week. Even if you forget it sometimes, your brain is building the path. And one day, the word stays. This is why patience is powerful. Now, in the next parts, I will share several daily ways. Each way is simple. Each way is realistic. You can use them at home. You can use them outside. You can use them alone. No teacher needed. No pressure. These ways help your brain see English as part of life, not a test. And when English becomes part of life, memory becomes natural. In the next part, we will start with the first way. A very simple way. A very gentle way. And we will practice together. Stay with me. You are doing better than you think. Now, let's begin with the first simple way. This first way is very gentle, very realistic, and very powerful. This is way number 1. Listen to English every day, even a little. Not 1 hour. Not 2 hours. Just a little. Every day. Many learners think listening means studying. They think they must sit down. They think they must focus hard. But listening can be soft. Listening can be passive. Listening can be part of your life. Your brain learns sounds before words. Your brain learns rhythm before meaning. This is very important. When you listen to English every day, your brain starts to recognize patterns. Even if you don't understand everything, your brain is working. Imagine English like music. The first time you hear a song, you don't remember the words. But after many times, the song feels familiar. Language is the same. Now let me tell you how to do this in real life. You can listen while you walk. You can listen while you cook. You can listen while you clean. You don't need to stop your life. You add English to your life. This podcast is perfect for that. You can listen without pressure. You can listen without stopping. If you understand one sentence, that is enough. If you understand only the feeling, that is also enough. Now let's do a very small listening and shadowing moment together. Listen. English can be part of my day. Now repeat slowly. English can be part of my day. Good. Again. English can be part of my day. Very good. When you repeat sentences like this, your brain hears the sound, and your mouth feels the movement. This helps memory. Now think about your day. Maybe you wake up. You check your phone. You scroll social media. What if, for 5 minutes, you listen to English instead? Just 5 minutes. Your brain says, "Oh, English again." And the path grows. Some learners worry. They say, "I don't understand everything. I miss many words." Listen carefully. You do not need to understand everything. Understanding comes later. First comes familiarity. When you listen every day, words stop feeling strange. They feel known. Even if you forget a word later, Your brain remembers the sound. And sound is the door to memory. Now let me give you a real example. Imagine you hear the word comfortable today. You don't remember it tomorrow. That is okay. But you hear it again next week. And again next month. One day, someone says comfortable. And your brain says, I know this word. That moment is powerful. That moment is progress. Now let's repeat one more sentence together. Listen. I don't need to understand everything. Now repeat. I don't need to understand everything. Again. I don't need to understand everything. Good. This sentence is important. It removes pressure. Pressure blocks memory. Calm opens memory. Another mistake learners make is this. They only listen when they study. But listening works best when it is regular. Short. Simple. Daily. 5 minutes every day is better than 1 hour once a week. Remember the path in the forest. A little walking every day keeps the path open. Now imagine this. Every day, your brain hears English. Not as a test. Not as homework. Just as sound in your life. After some weeks, words come back faster. Not perfect, but easier. This is real learning. This is how memory grows. Now I want you to remember one small idea from this part. Listening is not passive. Listening is training. Even when you feel relaxed. Even when you feel tired. Your brain is working. And every time you listen, you help your memory. You are doing something good for yourself. In the next part, we will talk about way number 2. Another simple daily way that helps words stay longer in your mind. Stay with me. You are building something real. Now, let's continue. You are doing very well. We talked about listening every day. Now let's move to the second simple way. This is way number 2. Repeat words in short, real sentences. Not alone. Not as a list. In sentences. Simple sentences. Many learners try to remember words by themselves. They look at a word. They say it one time. And they move on. But the brain does not like words alone. The brain likes connection. When a word is inside a sentence, it has meaning. It has feeling. It has place. This makes memory stronger. Think about this. The word remember alone is small. But in a sentence, I remember your name. Now the word lives. This is why short sentences are powerful. You don't need long sentences. You don't need grammar rules. You need real sentences. Sentences you can imagine. Sentences you can feel. Now let me show you how to do this in daily life. When you hear a new word, don't stop. Don't write a long list. Just make one small sentence. For example, you hear the word tired. You can say, I am tired today. That's it. Say it again. Say it slowly. I am tired today. Good. Now your brain connects the word to you. This is very important. When a word connects to your life, your brain keeps it longer. Now let's do a small practice together. Listen. This word feels familiar. Now repeat. This word feels familiar. Again. This word feels familiar. Very good. You see? This is easy. You can do this while walking. You can do this in the shower. You can do this in your head. No notebook needed. Another example. You hear the word busy. You say, I am busy this week. Say it with me slowly. I am busy this week. Good. Again. I am busy this week. Now your brain knows. This word is useful. And useful words stay longer. Many learners think they must repeat a word many times. But repeating without meaning is heavy. Repeating with meaning is light. One sentence. 2 times. That is enough. Now let me say something important. It is okay to forget again. Yes. You may say a sentence today and forget the word tomorrow. This does not mean failure. It means the path needs more walking. When you meet the word again, make a new sentence. Maybe a different sentence. This makes the path stronger. Now imagine this. Today you say, I am tired today. Next week you say, I feel tired after work. The same word. 2 different moments. Your brain says, oh, this word is important. Now let's repeat one more sentence together. Listen. I can use English in my life. Now repeat. I can use English in my life. Again. I can use English in my life. Good. This sentence is not just practice. It is truth. English is not only for books. English is for your life. Another mistake learners make is this. They wait for perfect sentences. They think, my grammar is not good. My sentence is simple. Simple is good. Simple is powerful. Native speakers use simple sentences every day. You don't need big words. You need real words. Now think about your day again. When you wake up, you can say, I feel sleepy. When you work, you can say, I am busy. When you rest, you can say, I feel relaxed. These are small moments, but they build memory. This way works because it uses emotion. It uses your voice. And it uses context. This is how the brain learns best. Not with lists. Not with pressure. With life. Now remember this idea. Words live longer in sentences. Sentences connected to you. This is way number 2. In the next part, we will talk about way number 3. A way that helps you keep words active, not sleeping in your memory. And I will also ask you a small question. Stay with me. You are learning in a smart way. Now, let's continue gently. You are still here. And that means something. It means you care. It means you are trying. Now let's talk about way number 3. This way is very important. This is way number 3. Use words again before they disappear. Let me explain this in a very simple way. When you learn a word, your brain starts a timer. If the brain does not see the word again, the brain slowly lets it go. This is normal. But if you see the word again, before it disappears, the brain says, "Oh, this word again. This word is important." And the memory becomes stronger. This is called returning to words. Not studying again. Not memorizing again. Just meeting the word again. Now think about this. You hear a word today. Maybe simple. You understand it. You say a sentence. But then you never hear it again. Of course your brain forgets. But if you hear simple again tomorrow, or in 2 days, or next week, the word stays longer. This is how memory works. Not one time. Many small times. Now let me show you how to do this in real life. You don't need flashcards. You don't need an app. You just need exposure. When you listen to English podcasts, some words repeat. When you watch short videos, some words repeat. This repetition is not boring. It is helpful. Your brain loves repetition. Now let's do a small practice together. Listen. This word comes back again. Now repeat. This word comes back again. Again. This word comes back again. Good. When you repeat a sentence like this, your brain practices returning. Now imagine this. You hear the word easy today. Tomorrow, you hear it again. You don't stop. You don't study. You just notice. Oh, easy again. That moment is learning. Learning does not always feel strong. Sometimes learning feels quiet. That is okay. Another mistake learners make is this. They think repetition means boredom. But repetition is how children learn. Repetition is how songs stay in our head. Repetition is how memory grows. Now let me say something very important. You do not need to force repetition. You don't need to say, "I must repeat this word 10 times. No. Natural repetition is better. Listening again. Seeing again. Hearing again. This is why staying with one podcast, one channel, one voice, is powerful. Your brain gets used to the sound, the rhythm, the words. This is why Daily English Whisper works slowly. We don't rush. We let words come back. Now let's repeat one more sentence together. Listen. I am meeting this word again. Now repeat. I am meeting this word again. Again. I am meeting this word again. Very good. Now let's pause for a small moment. If this episode is helping you, if you feel calmer about forgetting words, if you feel more confident, you can help this podcast too. You can leave a simple comment. You can write something very easy, like, "This helps me." Or, "I forget words too." Your comment helps other learners feel less alone. And it helps this podcast grow. Thank you for that. Now let's continue. Using words again before they disappear. Keeps them active. Active words come faster. Sleeping words come slower. Your goal is not to remember everything. Your goal is to keep words awake. And waking words up is gentle. A little today. A little tomorrow. Now think about your day again. You listen in the morning. You hear a word. Later in the day. You hear it again. That is enough. You don't need to stop. You don't need to write. Just notice. And your brain works. Now remember this idea. Memory is not about force. Memory is about timing. Meeting words again. Before they disappear. This is way number 3. In the next part, we will talk about way number 4. This way is special because it turns English into part of your identity. Stay with me. You are building something lasting. Now, let's continue. You are still here. And that tells me something important. You want English to stay. Not just for today. Not just for this episode. You want English to become part of your life. This brings us to way number 4. This is a very special way. This is way number 4. Use English in small moments of your daily life. Not in big moments. Not in perfect moments. In small moments. Many learners think English only lives in books, or in classrooms, or in tests. But English lives in life. When English stays only in study time, your brain says, "This is not real life." And the words disappear. But when English enters your daily life, your brain says, "This is important." And memory becomes stronger. Now let me explain this very clearly. Using English does not mean speaking for 1 hour. It does not mean having long conversations. It means using English inside your head. It means talking to yourself. This is very powerful. You already talk to yourself every day. You think about your plans. You think about your feelings. You can do this in English. For example, you wake up. You feel tired. You can say in your head, "I feel tired today." That's all. You don't need grammar. You don't need correction. Just connection. Now let's do a small practice together. Listen. I am thinking in English. Now repeat slowly. I am thinking in English. Again. I am thinking in English. Good. When you say sentences like this, your brain practices English as thought, not as study. This is very important. Another example. You are walking. You see the sky. You can say, the sky is blue. Simple. Real. Your brain connects English to the moment. Now imagine this. You use English for thinking, for feelings, for small observations. English stops being strange. It becomes familiar. And familiar words stay longer. Many learners are afraid of using English like this. They think, my English is not good. I will say it wrong. But listen carefully. There is no wrong inside your head. No one is listening. No one is judging. This is your space. And this space is powerful. Now let's repeat another sentence together. Listen. I can use English every day. Now repeat. I can use English every day. Again. I can use English every day. Very good. Using English in daily moments helps memory because it adds emotion. Emotion makes memory stronger. When a word connects to a feeling, it stays longer. For example, you feel happy. You say, I feel happy. You feel nervous. You say, I feel nervous. These words become part of you, not just information. Another mistake learners make is waiting. They wait to be ready. They wait to be fluent. But fluency comes after use, not before. You don't become fluent and then use English. You use English and then fluency grows. Now let me tell you something important. You do not need many words. You need the same words many times. Daily life uses simple language. And simple language builds strong memory. Now imagine English like a small plant. If you water it a little every day, it grows. If you water it one time a month, it struggles. Small daily moments are water. And you already have these moments. When you wake up, when you eat, when you walk, when you rest. English can live there. This is way number 4. Using English in daily life. In the next part, we will go deeper into this way. We will break it into very small actions. Very easy micro habits. Things you can do in just a few minutes. Stay with me. You are making English part of who you are. Now, let's go a little deeper. In the last part, we talked about using English in daily life. Not in big moments. In small moments. Now I want to show you how this works in a very practical way. This last way can be broken into very small actions. Actions so small that they fit into any day. Even a busy day. Even a tired day. These small actions are called micro habits. Microhabits are powerful because they are easy. And easy habits stay. Let me show you some examples. One simple microhabit is changing small things around you to English. For example, your phone. You look at your phone many times a day. You read messages. You check the time. If your phone is in English, your brain meets English again and again. Not as study, as life. You see words like settings, messages, today. At first, it may feel strange. But soon, these words feel normal. And when words feel normal, they stay longer. Another microhabit is writing very short sentences. Not a diary. Not long texts. Just 2 or 3 sentences. You can write them in your phone. You can write them on paper. For example, at night you can write, "Today was busy. I feel tired but calm." That's all. This takes 1 minute. And this 1 minute tells your brain, English is part of my thoughts. Now let's practice a sentence together. Listen. I am writing in English. Now repeat. I am writing in English. Again. I am writing in English. Good. Another microhabit is speaking for 1 minute. Just 1 minute. You don't need another person. You don't need a call. You can record your voice. Or just speak quietly. You can talk about your day. For example, today I worked a lot. I feel tired. Simple. Real. When you hear your own voice in English, your brain becomes more confident. English stops feeling foreign. Now let's repeat another sentence. Listen. I am speaking English for 1 minute. Now repeat. I am speaking English for 1 minute. Again. I am speaking English for 1 minute. Very good. Another microhabit is using short videos. Very short videos. 1 or 2 minutes. You watch. You listen. You repeat one sentence. Not the whole video. Just one sentence. For example, you hear, "This is a good day." You repeat it. "This is a good day." That is enough. Your brain loves this. Short. Clear. Repeatable. Another powerful microhabit is staying with one voice. One teacher. One podcast. One style. When your brain hears the same voice, the same rhythm, the same calm speed, it feels safe. And safe brains remember better. This is why listening to Daily English Whisper regularly helps. Your brain knows the sound. Your brain knows the pace. Words feel familiar faster. Now imagine your day again. You wake up. You check your phone in English. Later, you think one sentence in English. At night, you write 2 sentences. That's it. No pressure. No long study. But English appears many times. And each time, your brain walks the path again. This is how memory changes. Not with force. With presence. Now let me say something important. You do not need to do all these micro habits. One is enough. Choose the easiest one. The one that feels light. Light habits stay. Heavy habits disappear. And remember this. If one day you forget, if one day you don't do it, that is okay. You start again tomorrow. Language learning is not strict. It is flexible. And flexibility helps memory. In the next and final part, we will bring everything together. We will talk about identity, about who you are becoming. And we will close this episode calmly. Stay with me. You are very close to something important. Now, let's slow down together. We are at the end of today's episode. And I want to take a quiet moment with you. Let's look back, very gently. Today, we talked about something that hurts many learners. Forgetting English words. And now you know something important. You forget words not because you are bad at English. Not because your memory is weak. Not because you are failing. You forget words because memory needs care. Because memory needs time. Because memory needs small, repeated contact. We talked about listening every day. Even a little. We talked about using words in short, real sentences. Sentences connected to your life. We talked about meeting words again before they disappear. Letting repetition work naturally. And we talked about using English in daily life. In small moments. Inside your thoughts. All of these ideas come together in one simple truth. Here is the secret sentence of today's episode. Small daily actions keep English alive. I want you to repeat it with me. Listen. Small daily actions keep English alive. Now repeat slowly. Small daily actions keep English alive. Again. Small daily actions keep English alive. This sentence is not just English practice. It is a way of thinking. When English becomes something small and daily, it stops being heavy. And when it stops being heavy, your memory opens. Now imagine your life again. You wake up. You say in your head, "Good morning." You make a list. You write one word in English. You watch a short video. You repeat one sentence. You go to sleep. You write 2 lines about your day. These are not study sessions. These are life moments. And this is the most important change. English is no longer something you do. English becomes something you are. You are a person who listens to English. You are a person who thinks small thoughts in English. You are a person who uses English calmly. This identity is powerful. When English becomes part of who you are, memory follows naturally. You don't chase words. Words come back to you. Not all at once. Not perfectly. But steadily. Some days you will forget. Some days you will feel slow. And that is okay. Progress is not a straight line. It is a gentle path. Remember the path in the forest. You don't need to run. You just need to walk again tomorrow. I want you to know something very important. I am proud of you. Not because you remember everything, but because you show up. Because you listen. Because you try. Because you care. That is how real learners grow. If you want to continue this journey, I invite you to stay with us. You can subscribe to Daily English Whisper, so English can stay in your life, quietly, every day. More calm episodes. More slow English. More gentle practice. And remember, I am here with you. You don't need to rush. You don't need to be perfect. You are learning in a human way. Thank you for spending this time with me. Thank you for trusting this process. This is Alex, whispering English with you. I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye. And take care.